to another party. The crisis rocking the opposition Social Democratic Party, the SDP, took a new turn today, on Tuesday, as the National Working Committee of the party suspended its chairman, Shehu Gabam, and two members of the Working Committee over allegations of gross financial misconduct, embezzlement, misappropriation, and diversion of party funds. Suspended along with the chairman were National Working Committee members, the National Auditor Nadi Clarkson and the National Youth Leader Uche Chukuma. In a statement, the party said the decision was taken after a high-level meeting at the party's national headquarters here in Abuja, but the event did not go without some face-off. The NWC meeting had started peacefully before it was disrupted when a group of youths broke down the gates to the secretariat in protest, following attempts by the security to deny a car conveying a party chieftain entrance into the premises. And to respond to the internal crisis currently shaking the SDP, I'm now joined by Shehu Gabam, the National Chairman, Social Democratic Party. Although your National Working Committee did say you are suspended, signed by your secretary. But thank you so much for coming on the news tonight. So I'm not sure if I should call you suspended National Chairman, but you are the chairman who was suspended today. Thank you for making it out to the news tonight.
Thank you.
So let's begin. What's happening with your party? You remain suspended, as according to your party. And those allegations are grave. Misappropriation of funds, diversion of funds. How do you react? Embezzlement.
First, let me say that I'm happy with that petition. Even though I have not received the copy of the petition, but I want to tell the world that I'm happy with that petition. Because that
you're happy that you're suspended?
No. The petition, there was no suspension. Okay. There was no NWC. We slated to have NWC meeting today by 2 o'clock. I was called around 10 o'clock that talks invaded the party secretariat. Of course, within 30 minutes, we restored law and order. And I was at the secretariat all up to 6:30 when I went to honor the invitation of channels to be there. There was absolute normalcy after the 30-minute disruption. We couldn't hold the NWC meeting because of deliberate attempt to disrupt it due to the fact that a lot of things that ought to have been submitted to the NWC were omitted by the National Secretary of the party. On so many NWC meetings, he couldn't come up with the minutes of the NWC meeting. There is a doctrination of the minutes of the NWC into different things they wrote to INEC, which is not correct, and INEC responded to it. So because he knew that he needed to submit a lot of things and he's not ready to submit it, he decided to create this chaos. In any case, most of the members of NWC, because of the tension at the secretariat, couldn't come to the office. Only a few of them were in the office. So there's no issue of NWC meeting. There was no issue of suspension. Secondly, on the issue of financial, whether money laundering and what have you, that's what I'm saying. I'm happy he wrote that himself. This is a man that has been accused of perjury.
By specific which man? Are you referring to the secretary? Rufus Ayenigba, who signed the statement?
No, the petition was written by the National Secretary of the party, who is undergoing trial of criminal and forgery of signature of former President Obasanjo.
Who is this person?
Dr. Oluogunloye.
Okay.
We decided to be on his side, even when the EFCC arrested him, when he was sent to Kuje prison, the party stood by him and got him out of Kuje prison. This is the highest stabbing that you expect somebody of that level that has served as a minister and so on and so forth. The party was there for him all through. Even during his travel, I stood by him all through. Now, for him to write this petition of financial misappropriation, let me place it on record. Party account SDP have been edited by INEC editors. External auditors have audited our account. And the law said that you must publish in 2 national dailies. We publish in 2 national dailies. They can write to INEC to seek for the CTC of those copies, and we are willing to publish the party account and give to security agencies to investigate. In any case, chairman don't raise expenditure memos. Memos are being written from the various organs of the party on what to be done. And we have never had any influx. And you should know, party are not allowed to conduct business. We only generate revenue through the sale of forms during elections or membership cards or donations into the party account. And I can say this categorically, and I challenge anyone that have given the party any money for whatever reason or any purpose.
But are you a signatory to the account, the party account?
Yes, I am #1 signatory to party account.
Have you been taking out money from the party account without other signatures?
No, why should I do? If you know the process, maybe it's like your organization here. There are signatories to this organization account. One signatory cannot take money out of any organization account. The rules are that 3 signatories of the party. #1 signatory is the chairman, and then the secretary, and then the treasurer. Okay? And then the treasurer is the custodian of the expenditures. Every memo that was sent to me, I minute it to the treasurer to process it. All those documents are there. So whatever that was transacted are in record and they are documented.
Okay.
All the memos are there.
There's a lot of grounds
I'm happy
cover.
because I want it to be investigated as well. And those who are alleging there's any money laundering, they are also involved if it is a money laundering.
Okay, they say embezzlement is a long list of financial
it's
misconduct.
Absolutely baseless and irresponsible.
Great. You say you're not suspended, but this statement by Rufus Ayenigba says you're suspended. Why do you think anybody will want you out of the way? And if you say you're not suspended, what does this mean for your party?
Okay, let me tell you. Well, I think you just show what PDP is going through. You are confident what Labour is going through, what NNPP is going through. So SDP is receiving their own end, artificially infused crisis, because the party is the most stable so far. So there are 2 directions to this. One, the coalition movements that have presidential ambition, who want to take over SDP, and they are not getting probably the support that they need, are partly responsible for inducing this crisis. Because we told them that we are abiding by our own constitution of the SDP. If you want to join SDP, follow the constitution. Join the party, be part of the party, be part of the robust conversation of the party in terms of whatever amendment you want, whether it is logo, whether it is slogan, and so on and so forth. But you cannot stay outside the party and determine how the party functions or how the party should operate. So for that reason, some of the vicious people in the coalition who believe that they must have their way are adding a lot of crisis.
Who are these people?
Well, you know the coalition.
The National Coalition?
The National Coalition. You know the National Coalition set up a secretariat. Those secretariats are the one corresponding with parties. I'm sure not only me. And in part of what they wrote to us, that they want the SDP to vacate 9 positions, from the chairman to secretary to publicity to organizing to treasurer and so on and so forth. One of
the most prominent people that have joined the SDP in recent times is the former governor of Kaduna State, Nasiru El-Rufai, who's also part of the coalition. Well, he was in Honorized News yesterday, and he did say he didn't have any ambition. But when you lay these claims, there are people who might think you're referring to him. Is it part of the people you're referring to causing a crisis in your party?
No. Well, first, we received Malam Nasiru El-Rufai into the SDP wholeheartedly.
Okay.
He did not declare to me or anyone he wants to run for president. And number 2, he attended the coalition as an individual, not representing SDP. Okay? And he said it on Arise. I watched the program.
Yeah.
In his own capacity as a former governor, as a stakeholder, he attended that. And of course, the conversation revolved around what do we do? How do we strengthen the system? But you cannot strengthen the system where you have people who are vicious, who believe that they have monopoly of everything.
You keep mentioning people with no, I mean, there are lots of people. Who are these people? Do you know them?
The same people that you know, that are members of the coalition.
I don't know them.
That are drivers. You are a journalist. You don't tell me you don't know them.
I don't know them. I'm not a member of a party.
Look,
you need to be specific.
Have to be.
Okay,
as a
great.
journalist, you know.
My producers are screaming we need to go, but like many others, the SDP, and in your capacity, you seem to be blaming other people and not yourselves for your party crisis. It's no news that President Bola Tinubu had approached you to join the SDP before he got the tickets of the APC.
Yeah, I will say it publicly.
There are those who believe he's still an influence on you and your party.
Okay, let me say it. If you ask me a question, allow me to answer, because this is very sensitive.
There's no time, but answer.
No, but I must do, because the president met me before the primaries. When he's not sure, APC will give him ticket. But eventually, he had his way. From that moment till now, I've never spoken to the president, no any agent or representative of the president. There was no financial transaction between SDP and the presidency. And if there is, they should publish it. It's a mutual conversation, respectful conversation before the primaries, and eventually he had his way. And that has been the blackmail that APC government or the presidency or people in government are funding SDP. There is no trace. They should publish any trace where they funded SDP or they funded me. So some of us are product of system. We are trained to build institutions. We are not trained to compromise. We are not transactional people. Those who are writing this are transactional people. It's a record. I'm not one of them. I can never be one. I contributed immensely to the resurgence of SDP. We produced ranking senators elected, given the hostile election period. We produced ranking members of the House of Representatives. We produced 3 elected members in National State House of Assembly. We produced 2 elected members from Ekiti State House of Assembly. We produced 1 elected member from Taraba State Assembly. We produced 1 elected member from Niger State Assembly.
Yeah.
We won local government chairman, Niger Kacha local government, with the chairman and the councillors. We have councillors across. Before I became the chairman of the party, we don't have all this. These are my record. These are my successes. The secretary of SDP today, which is the best in Nigeria, are my record and my successes. You can go and take inventory.
Okay.
You can take inventory.
Shehu Gabam insists he remains the national chairman of the
Social
Democratic Party.
There's no doubt about it.
We'll continue to look at the opposition parties in Nigeria and the many crises that are before them.
Yes,
thank you so much. We wish you the best and we wish the SDP the best.
You.